NERDSoul. Woo! Ha. Yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right, On Screen. We are here, and when I say we, I'm joined by an awesome, amazing, lovely lady. But we are here to talk about Ozark Season 3, and I am with the amazing, the awesome, the wonderful Lady Lisa. Say what's up.
What's up, people?
Since we are getting ready to talk about Ozark Season 3, I guess let's start off with, how do you feel about Ozark Season 3? How do you feel in general? After you watching the season, how you feeling?
It was a good season. Ozark in general is good. I mean, each season, has been good. I haven't had any complaints. Honestly, I haven't had any complaints. All the seasons, including this one, have the moments where you're like, oh my God. and I love that. I don't want to be able to predict what's going to happen next. So it's been good. I liked it.
Yeah, I will agree that this season definitely ratcheted up, and for me, this show went from what I considered a Breaking Bad ripoff to a whole nother level. Like, it's definitely coming to its own. Like, by the end of season 1, it kind of started falling into its own kind of thing, even though it had a similar, like, hey, I'm in with, like, some criminal activity stuff, but it definitely went off on its own course and has its own identity, and I love this show. Yeah. Like, from a show that I was like, when I first saw the first trailer and the first episode, I was just like, whatever, I don't know. And I kept watching, and I was like, you know what? No. All right, it's something a little more here. And then season 2 really drove it home for me. So I'm completely satisfied with this season.
Yeah.
We're gonna, talk about the different characters and stuff and how we feel about them and all that goodness. Before we get going, I do want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. Panda, big shout out to you. Jamal Lee, Thought Crimes, Enrique Carrion, big shout out to Tim I. All you guys help continue to, build NERDSoul. The more you guys support, if you're listening, put $1 in the bucket, $2 a month, $1 a month, anything will completely change the course of me being able to create more and more content for you guys. So with that said, before we get into any characters, I'll just say this one statement, and we'll get to her later, but I'll say this, and I think we both agree. I love Ruth.
I love Ruth. That's my girl.
Yeah, I love her. I love her unflinchingly.
She will do what needs to be done, without flinching. That's the thing. Her bottom line is what needs to be done. Yep. Period.
And she rides for you. She's loyal.
Yep. And I love that she doesn't have any discernment in terms of who she talking to. The way she gonna talk to you is the way she gonna talk to you, whether you are the janitor or the president. Ruth does not care.
So since we're talking about Ruth, I want to get into Frank Cosgrove Jr., aka Tommy. Tommy left New York and drove west, and he ended up in the Ozarks. And he's the son of a mob boss, which actually tracks well with Power. But his dad wasn't a mob boss. He was just in the mob, but he wasn't a mob boss. Yeah. But
Frank Jr. was a lot softer than Tommy.
Frank Jr. was way softer than Tommy, but Frank Jr. got what he deserved.
He did.
Because he went from being your general, kind of like pampered, kind of protected kid. Mm-hmm. Because of course when he was coming up, his dad was a mob boss, so ain't nobody want to mess with him. So he thought his poop didn't stink. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So now he's grown up and he carries that, because people treat him a certain way and they back off of him and all that. So that's kind of how he's been able to operate. Mm-hmm. Ruth don't play that.
No.
And she gave him a swift kick to the nuts.
She did.
And sent him packing. They sent him a dip in the pool.
She, look.
Give him a quick dip.
Now, it came back on her.
Yes, it did.
Came back on her.
It came back on her. But see, the thing is, it came back on her in a way where it made sense to what happens later on in the plot with her and Darlene and everything, because they were all in the same meeting. She was untouchable.
Right.
It was agreed upon that she was untouchable. We are going up to 15%.
Yep.
And she is untouchable.
That was the agreement. They shook on it.
And not only did Frank Sr. have a snitch in his ranks, but also Frank Jr. assaulted and dang near killed Ruth to the point where she said she felt like somebody took me apart and put me back together wrong.
Yeah.
And that was a tough scene to watch because of how small Ruth is.
Yeah.
And also because we love Ruth. You know what I'm saying? Because Ruth has been... of course I know we're all doing illegal stuff, but she's been good to the Bird family. Mm-hmm. And it did hurt me when they didn't seem... I guess because they didn't want to rock the boat. But I really wanted Marty to step up for her.
Right, because my thing is this. What was the whole point and purpose of standing up and saying Ruth is untouchable also? What's the point of standing up and saying that to cover her, if when she is not covered, you're like, oh, well,
Yeah,
what was the point?
Yeah, if you're not going to have consequences for touching someone who's untouchable, then what's the point of making them untouchable in the first place?
Exactly, because then that means they're not really untouchable.
Yeah, and to Marty's credit, you could see he was angry, but Ruth was right.
He seemed bothered. He didn't seem angry.
Well, the way he talked to Frank Sr., you could definitely tell it was different. He wasn't, usually he was very measured in how he handled him. He didn't want to rock the boat, but in this one, you could definitely tell he was angry. But still, like Ruth said, if this was Charlotte in this bed...
Yeah, and Ruth said as much.
Yeah, she said it. She was like, if this was Charlotte in this bed,
y'all would not be
talking this mess.
Exactly, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
At all. So, to see Frank Jr. get done up how he got done up, and then Darlene goes straight to her dad like, look, straight to his dad like, look.
She ain't had nothing to do with it.
She ain't had nothing to do with it. I need people to move my product. What's up? And that's going to be it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was nice to see that Frank got something. And the funny thing is, I knew once Darlene found out what happened, I was like, yup. I was like, she going to use this as a way to get in good with Ruth. Mm-hmm. And with that, this season, how you feeling about Darlene?
Darlene is she's predictably crazy. You can't predict what she does,
but
you just know she's going to do something crazy. She's either going to take opportunity or make an opportunity to do something crazy. And I feel like she's trying to build back up to what she and her husband had when they had this whole massive army, of
like
craziness,
a baby militia,
of just outright craziness, like people getting slaughtered. And I think she's trying to build that back up.
But the thing is, she doesn't have her husband there for that measured approach. Like, he balanced her out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he balanced her out, and without him there, this could be a whole new more violent regime.
Yeah, but my thing is this. I don't think she necessarily appreciated the fact that he balanced her out. I think she saw that more as a roadblock.
True. Yeah, you're just holding me back.
Right. Yeah.
And the way we've seen her operate this season, from punching Wendy to even the way she kind of flexed on the sheriff, which I'm surprised that worked, because the sheriff is like, you ain't in power no more.
No,
you ain't got no army no more. Like,
there's got to be something, and I can't. Maybe we have to go back, because I want to say it was mentioned what it was they had on him. Oh. But I can't remember what it was.
He probably did something that I just forgot about.
Yeah, they had something on him.
Probably something they said in season 2 that
I think it was. I can't remember, because remember he was giving them a lot of pushback for the stuff that they wanted him to do, and they were like, remember such and such and such and such.
Yeah, so whatever he did, it's probably something it's probably something from season 1 or 2 that I done forgot about.
Yeah.
But I am excited to see what she does next season, or if anything, because now that, and this is why, if she's going to move in the drug direction and the birds are going to move towards the casino and sprinkling into the legitimate space direction, maybe they don't cross paths anymore like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not like they're both selling drugs, and it's not like they're both in casinos. Now, she did say, that casino is on her land, but it's a boat that's essentially docked. It's not really on her land. Like, it's on her land, but it's, they can always move the boat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that remains to be seen on if we're gonna see more static coming that way, because even though Ruth is on Darlene's side now, we know that we know that Ruth still has love for the birds. It's just that
and I don't know if I would say Darlene is on her side.
She's on. Yeah, Darlene.
She isn't on anyone's side.
Darlene has 2 people she's manipulated into being with her.
Yeah, she's collecting pieces to use on her chessboard, pretty much.
Yeah. And also, before we go forward, I want to give a big shout out to Arcatron. That's right, ARCKATRON.com. Check him out. He has the new album, The Space Bridge, on digital right now. You can stream it, you can download it, all that good stuff. Check that album out. Also, big shout out to Fan Bros, For All Nerds, Blur Girl, Double Toasted. Big shout out to the Black Tribbles. Big shout out to Thought Crimes, out there doing their thing, dropping dope stuff, content all the time, and cool things to check out and listen to. But back in the game, Darlene, like you said, is putting her pieces together. Mm-hmm. Let me ask, what's your honest feelings on Darlene and Wyatt?
It's disgusting. I mean, what other feelings could be? It's disgusting.
That thing threw me off.
It didn't throw me off.
I knew she was manipulating him to be on her side. Mm-hmm. And see, like I said at the beginning, when it looked like it, I was like, she's going to manipulate him because she's going to want him to kill somebody for her. Mm-hmm. But that didn't happen. But then she kissed him. I was like,
no, but see, I saw it for sure when she was messing with his hair, and when they showed her washing his hair, I said, oh, I already know where this is going.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like, he's pretty much grown. Why are you washing his hair? That's a very intimate thing.
Well, see, I saw that as part of the manipulation. Like, I freed you from bondage, I got you from jail, and then I took care of you, I nursed you back to health. So now you'll feel like you owe me. And I thought, because she's Darlene, I was figuring she was going to be like, you owe me, I want you to go kill XYZ. That's where I thought she was going with it.
But that don't have nothing to do with washing his hair.
Well, that's just more of like the I guess the motherly care, and that's what I thought she was doing, not the womanly care.
But see, a mama washing her 16, 17-year-old son's hair.
I thought Wyatt's older than that, right? Wyatt was
Okay,
going to college.
okay, even more so.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Well,
but say he was even 16, and you in a bathroom washing your 16-year-old or older son's hair with him all bent over the tub, unless he is, disabled in some way, that's
all right, okay. All right.
no. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I already know what she about to do.
Well, see, I didn't see that when the kids came. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is, I'm just saying, Darlene is, because I know there's gonna be some people like, why you hating on Darlene?
I already know what she's gonna say. Go ahead.
Look, she's not for me.
She ain't for nobody. She ain't even for Wyatt.
Oh boy.
But
even
and then
Wyatt was like, this is weird. Like when he was talking to Ruth, he was like, hey,
she wants me to meet her mother. Like, her mother.
I was like, her mother's still alive?
That's wrong. But and then I talked to you about, the whole, Freudian philosophy in terms of, how he can see her as a mother figure and then be attracted to her because of how much of a mother figure she is. Freud kind of went into the whole sexualizing your mother kind of thing, which a lot of people said, he was kind of twisted and deranged for it, but I kind of understand it to a certain degree. It is twisted, but you understand it to a certain degree.
Yeah.
When I think when you're already a little bit messed up, and Wyatt was clearly messed up.
Wyatt definitely has some issues he needs to get past.
So it's like he needed a mother figure, but it became attractive that someone would care for him like a mother.
Okay. Also, speaking of, the whole reason that Ruth is with Darlene, Ben, who is the sad story of this season.
I liked Ben.
Yeah, Ben. All right, when we first meet Ben, you and I had a back and forth about Ben when we first meet Ben, because he took those phones and he smashed them up. I was like, yeah, that's right, take those kids' phones. Then when he started beating up the dude, I was like, all right, maybe that's a little far.
But that's the thing. It wasn't until he beat up the dude that you were like, that's a little far. And I was screaming, something's wrong with him. He's psychotic. You can't do this. And you're like, well, them kids shouldn't have teased. I'm like, that has nothing to do with him taking these kids' phones that is not their property or his and throwing it into a tree or branch or wood grinder.
It's a wood chipper.
There you go, a wood chipper.
Chipper.
Like, he is off. This is totally off. And we were going back and forth, and I was like, these kids aren't, you were like, these kids are learning a lesson. No, because once you take it to this place, they become the victims. What they remember is this crazy teacher took their phones and put them in a wood chipper. They don't remember, oh, we shouldn't have teased this girl because we got our phones taken away as a consequence. What they remember is being victims because this crazy teacher threw their phone. Girl be damned at this point.
I know that girl gonna feel good though.
No, she's not.
She gonna feel good. She gonna be like, yeah, I'm
gonna tell you why she ain't. Because now the kids are in the classroom mad at her. Because she's sitting there, you know how kids do. Because see what you did? You're sitting here crying and you caused all of this, and now nobody has their phone. You cry baby.
Yeah, but she's still happy about it. She's like, yeah, good.
She's not. She's happy about it because they're now teasing her even more.
Well, they were going to tease her anyway. At least their phones were broken.
That doesn't bring her any happiness. She wants the teasing to end.
Oh boy, but Ben, I think he tries. He really tries.
Yeah, he tried.
And especially that moment in the taxi where he said he could remember the moment where his mind was broken or something like that.
Yeah.
That just hurt because that was some awesome acting.
It was.
In general on this show, the acting is awesome.
It really is.
For, all sides.
It really is.
But he just really, Ruth and Ben and their relationship stood out to me because Ruth deserves somebody.
She does.
And I even said when he kissed her or whatever, she kissed him. I was like, you know what?
She deserves it.
She deserves this.
Yeah.
She's earned this. She has worked hard. She has protected those boys. She has been on her own.
She was a mother to them for every, for all intents and purposes.
And she finally has someone who loves her for her. Go ahead, Ruth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You deserve this. And it was just tragic how it fell apart, with his, with him being bipolar, and how we saw it play out.
Yeah.
And it was crushing to watch. He finds out about the Marty getting kidnapped. Then he finds out about Helen. Then he finds out about and the more and more he just devolves into kind of like feeling like I'm sure he felt like he was the only sane man in an insane world. Like, hey, doesn't anybody see these people committing crimes? Like, yeah. I'm like I'm not crazy, am I? Kind of like that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so that, that drove him even further, with him having that condition, because everyone around him was behaving as if this whole thing was normal.
Yeah.
And he's like, y'all are making me feel like I'm the one who's crazy. And that pushed him even further mentally. Like, y'all ain't gonna do this to me. Like, I know I may not always have it together mentally, but I know this stuff right here ain't
it's
right.
Wrong. Yeah. And that scream of like Wendy or whatever, when they took him to the hospital, that was hurtful.
Oh, man. My Lord. He played that role.
Shouts out
he
to
had
whatever
me
that
about ready to
is.
cry for him. And I've seen him in other stuff. I can't remember what. I want to say I saw him in a soap opera I used to watch. Maybe Young and the Restless.
He's way too good at acting to be in a soap opera.
I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Shamar Moore started in Young and the Restless. But
he probably left it mad fast, though.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't?
Mm-mm.
All right.
It was Malcolm. I don't know why I said it like that, but Malcolm. But yeah, if anybody knows, please tell me if I'm right or wrong. I want to say I remember him from Young and the Restless or Bold and the Beautiful. I'm not sure, but if anybody knows what he was in, leave a message. But yeah, he played that role. He played the heck out of that role. I just felt so bad for him though. That part where, after Wendy left him and he comes out of the restaurant and dude is walking up to him and he just had this Ben had this like most innocent look on his face, like a deer, out in the field getting ready to be shot. He just played that role so well where your heart was breaking for him because he struggled mentally. You saw the struggle play out.
Yeah, that thing hurt.
Yeah. But, and for him to get us so invested in him so quickly, just again speaks to how good of an actor he is, because usually it takes time, for you to become invested in a character.
Yeah, because he came in, died the same season, and we actually cared about that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because usually we're like, we ain't got time for no other characters. I already got too much stuff going on. Ain't nobody need look.
Yeah, you hear me all the time. We don't need nobody new.
We don't need nobody new.
All full up.
Just
all full. We don't need nobody new.
Nobody nope.
What were we watching? They brought some new girl in. Oh, we were watching All Rise, and they brought that new girl in. Remember, she was some kind of like assistant or something to the dude that's Misty Knight's friend.
See, I don't even remember.
You don't even remember. I just remember seeing her. I was like, we don't need nobody new. Take her back. We all full.
Oh my god.
All full, buddy. But
all right.
Oh man, so.
But that just showed, like, for Wendy, you disposed of your brother.
Yeah.
Your brother.
I mean, she had to.
No. Because when Marty sat him down and said, "Look, we got a lot of stuff going on. You need to leave."
Yeah.
And she was like,
Marty,
"You don't need to leave.
Sadly,
you don't need to leave."
Marty was right about like 95% of the time in this show.
He was.
Like,
Wendy just...
It's weird.
Wendy caused a whole lot of issues.
Because Marty takes this slow, measured approach. And even though it's slow, and, you know, you want to get out of, you know, I guess, what is this book? Navarro's control. The slow way was definitely easiest because, you know, you see this stuff and he tried to kick him out. Then he said that they could put him in a private home or something like that. Mm-hmm. And she didn't want that either.
Because she didn't want him to go to an institution at all. But it's like it got to a point you had to have known you didn't have the option. It was no longer in your hands whether or not he goes to somewhere. He had to go somewhere.
Yep.
But Wendy likes to think her problem was she liked to think that she could control everything.
Yeah,
and it's like you can't.
Wendy's pride was laid bare. Wendy's pride and arrogance was laid bare in this season, and I think she got reeled in real quick on a lot of stuff because she was a little bit loose cannon on at the beginning of this season, and she slowly got reeled in when she found out this ain't what you want. I guess we'll have to get into the youngsters in a bit, but I did want to pause for the cause and throw a shout out to everybody who's been checking out the shows, hitting us up. We got a new series called Dope Folks. We've had tons of cool people on there. Brandon Easton, Robert Jeffrey, Blur Girl, Rob Crump. We got Black woman animator coming through, Deborah. She's dope. We've had some other cool folks like Jason Reeves, Shauna Mills, Ashley Wood. So definitely don't forget to check out the channel. The playlist name is Dope Folks. There's this cool cast on there talking, having great conversations. Check them out. So we got the youngsters. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody love the youngsters.
I like those kids.
Well, let's talk about the one I don't like.
Oh yeah,
Aaron.
Yeah, Helen's little bratty child. But you know, it's not her fault. It's not her fault. It's Helen's fault.
Yeah, Helen shouldn't have brought her out there.
Well, that ain't make her a brat. She was already a brat.
Well, no. I'm just saying for the purposes of this show. But yeah, she's a brat. Yeah, that was before. That's because Helen's a bad mom and her dad is probably a bad dad. But you know, the whole thing about like I want to lose my virginity this summer, and I'm gonna lose it to this like mob guy.
Well, she didn't know he was a.
Oh yeah, that's true. She didn't know. But she was like, I want to lose it to this guy. I'm like, isn't this dude like a full-grown adult? Ain't you a kid?
I mean, potatoes.
Oh boy. Well, like, so he out there on a boat, R. Kelly ended up apparently, and Charlotte tried, but the problem with Charlotte's approach is Charlotte should have just straight up told her,
yes,
this dude rapes girls.
And that's one thing I hate about, you know, shows in general where they do that, where it's like, you shouldn't date him, but then you never say why.
Yeah, because I feel like in real life, a woman would tell another woman.
Yes, you will pull her aside and be like, look, I haven't been going around telling everybody this, but I feel I need to tell you this because you fitting to just go and give it up. He raped me, okay? Like, well, you really shouldn't.
Or maybe at least
you don't want to do that. Like,
or maybe at least be like, you know, like, hey, I just want you to know he gets really rough with girls. You know, like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't saying nothing. She was just like, you don't want to date him.
See, that's not enough because then she might find that exciting.
Yeah.
You need to tell her. And
then poor dad, I can't even think of the boy's name now. But
the brother?
Yeah, the brother, Charlotte's brother. I can't think of his name.
Some with
Jonah.
a J. I was gonna say some with a J.
man.
Jerome.
Oh man, if their son's name was Jerome, oh, this is gonna be sweet.
Anyway.
Yo, I need to start calling. All right, so Jerome, right? All right, so check it. Jerome, why you like Aaron like that?
Jonah. Don't start calling him Jerome, because then we're gonna forget what his name is.
Yeah, people gonna be like, hold up, what show they watching? I'm like, hold up, is his name Jerome for real? Oh man, but why did he have to be all up in her face? I mean, of course he had to. I mean, because there's not many. Of course, we don't see any other like youth around, but it's just like, come on, man, don't fall for her. You're a smart kid. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, is he?
Yes. Look at how he was able to coordinate.
He's technologically
yeah.
smart. Not, you know.
He was able to coordinate, and I still think he should be kind of like in charge of like the surveillance video part of the security. The kid's super smart. He has a mind for it. He's in it already, and he's already gonna do it. Why not be around to like at least semi-supervise him to keep him on the straight and narrow instead of going off on his own with his uncle and almost, well, not really almost getting shot. They were 3 miles away, but still,
When she said keep an eye,
killings.
when she said keep an eye on Jonah, Jonah was already gone. He was already at Helen's house with a gun on her.
Yo.
See, in order for you to keep an eye on somebody, your eye has to already be on them. Your eye,
you have to get an eye on
nor her eye was on him when she said keep an eye on. Where did you think he was? He had left the house.
Check this. White parents, pro tip. In the morning, just go check on your kids in the morning. In the morning, just walk into your kid's bedroom and see if they're even there.
If you think they're in the bathroom, just bust up in there. They're going to be mad, but at least you know they're in there.
Just bust up in there and say, the upper room.
You're like, what's going on? Nothing.
Nothing. And it better not be nothing. It's going to continue to be that.
Just checking. Checking what? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about what I'm checking.
It's been checked.
See, that's another thing. White kids don't hear, don't worry about what. They don't hear that ever.
I think they've ever heard that in
They
their
need
life.
to hit, like, just go in there and be like, what you doing this for? Don't worry about why I do it. You worry about what you doing. And what you doing is nothing.
See, Becky, it's because...
Well, of course, Timmy, I'm going to explain to you my motivations.
Because we have time.
Because we're apparently equals now, Timmy.
We do, what do they call it? Free range. You're a free range chicken?
You're a free
range
kid. It's a free kid. It's a latch key. No, it's a free
range kid. See, that makes me makes me picture a free range kid. It makes me picture a kid, like on a farm, like clucking, flapping their arms, pecking.
It's not free range. Is it free?
Pecking the grass. It's free. It's free range.
Whatever they just
free range parenting or something like that.
Yeah, it's like open range or something.
Open range makes it sound like you'll shoot them.
I don't know what these kids be doing, man. Just look, I'm telling you, for real, whenever your kids ask you something, what your answer should be is, no, actually, when they ask you something, you respond with their same thing. Be like, Mom, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Mom, can I go to McDonald's? You got McDonald's money?
Yes, always ask them if they have the place money. So if they be like, can we go to the movies? You got movie money?
Can we go to the park? You better park your butt upstairs.
Oh, man. Oh,
anything you ask will be used against you.
And then Jonah wouldn't be out in the morning because he'd be like, oh snap, my mom might bust up in my bedroom at any time. I need to make sure I be there because if I don't be there, she's going to be mad. And there's going to be heck to pay.
But where's Jonah pulling a shotgun on somebody?
Yo, but he pulled a shotgun on the right person now.
But that could have not worked out well if she hadn't been killed. Yeah. You think Helen won't go remember that?
True that.
Just saying. Because I was thinking the whole time, like, oh, she gonna kill him.
Oh, she gonna get him back.
It's like, if he don't kill her, she gonna
poison
kill him.
But I do think, Like, yo, they should have let him get his security on, man. Like, you know, I mean, the boy wanted to help. He got the thing anyway. Just let him shoot.
Michael,
his surveillance. Look, he got the evidence we needed.
He displayed.
For the, what is it? The
when
what
he
cartel?
went,
the other cartel.
When
people?
he went over Helen's house and pulled a shotgun on her, he displayed why he should not be involved in any capacity. So if you gave this brother if you gave this brother a clipboard and said you doing security, how much more would he have done? He won't in charge of nothing. And he still went over to Helen's house and pulled a shotgun out on her.
Because family.
No, because child.
Yo, look. An adult would go over there with a shotgun if you kill my brother, my uncle.
But the thing is this.
Kill my uncle, see what
happens. If you pull out a gun on somebody, you need to be ready to pull the trigger. He pulled a shotgun out on this lady that he knows is involved with the mob.
Well, cartels, a little different.
Whatever. He is lucky she did not kill him right then and there. He's lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
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 I mean, under supervision, I think he'd be. I mean, because the boy is already.
There is no supervision.
Well, let me ask you this: if he was not utilizing his skills as a drone pilot, would Ruth be alive? No. If he did not have skills as a drone pilot,
I'm not saying he shouldn't. I didn't say he shouldn't have used that, but he was under the supervision of his uncle in that moment.
Well, yeah, that's true. True that. Why don't they just get somebody else supervising, like a security man?
Nobody got time for all of that. You need to just be a little boy and sit down.
Oh man.
Let him be satisfied with playing with his drone. Like he been playing with it.
He was recognized.
He seemed satisfied with just going to the water and just, you know.
He was recognized doing a lot though.
I mean, weird stuff kept happening around him. What you want?
True. Weird stuff did happen. So let's get into the big three, or the big four, because we're introduced more intimately with Navarro this season.
Yeah.
And I think that Navarro could have been a character that ended up being corny and just falling apart with giving him so many scenes. Mm-hmm. But he came off not only as believable, but also scary and unpredictable. You never really knew what was coming from him.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you one thing I didn't like, though, that I thought was just a little off. I mean, it wasn't major for me, but it just was off. When he asked Marty, what do you want? And Marty was like, I don't understand the question. And then he didn't clarify. He just sent him back down to the dungeon. It's like, this is stupid. This is dumb. You just want him. You don't really want an answer. You don't really want an answer. You know, like, what is it? How is he supposed to know? What does he want for dinner? What does he want today? What does he want in life?
Yeah.
That's a very vague question.
I assume he meant like in life, or maybe out of this relationship.
I mean,
I don't know.
You know, you weren't working at McDonald's and he walked up to the counter and you said, what do you want? That's obvious.
It's like, you want something from this menu behind my head.
Yeah, I mean, so to me that was like, okay, you just doing this just to be doing it.
Yeah, I think he gets pleasure from that stuff too.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that one.
I know his guys was like, look, if you tell me to go downstairs and get him one more time, because they came down and got him like 10, 15 times.
Look, man, can we turn this music
off? Are we gonna kill him or what? Like, what you doing?
Like, man, and like, it's getting on my nerves. But I will say, the acting came through well. The way he kind of played Wendy to a certain degree was done well too, because he made her think like, oh yeah, you know, like, I'm kind of interested in talking to you and all that stuff. And he was like, I own you. Like, when she tried to act mean, he was like, girl, I own you.
Yeah, cause she said something like, we're co-workers or something like that. And he was
like, or partners or something. He was like, we ain't no partners.
Oh, partners?
If we're partners, that means we share the risk, and we don't share the risk.
Exactly. He said something about I use you at my own whim.
Yeah.
It's like,
you must have lost
what you
your
talking
mind.
about? Partners. It's like, that's what your problem is now.
Mm-hmm.
She thought she was equal to Helen, which she wasn't.
No.
And she want to act like she equal to Navarro, which she wasn't.
No. And she even admitted, like, yo, she's smarter than me when she talked to her brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I even said it I said it at the end of last season and throughout this season. I was like, she wants to be Helen.
Yeah.
You know, she saw the power that Helen had, the high-waisted pants.
I bet you she didn't want to be Helen no more at the end.
Oh, no. Don't nobody want to be Helen, boy. Ooh, she had some bad feet, too. Remember she was wearing them shoes with them with them veiny feet? She had some weird, she had big veiny feet.
I mean, she had them hiked up pants, too. It's like, how your pants hiked up to your nipples and they still high waters?
Yo, man, them pants was just like, them pants would not quit. You could tell her she wasn't like fancy though. Like Helen was, boy, you couldn't tell her she wasn't fancy.
She's like a young Dorothy Zbornak.
She was always wearing shoes with no socks. Like I don't know why. Like, yo, don't some of your shoes require socks? Like just some of them. I mean, good God. Didn't the feet look all bad? They're wrinkly and there's like veins and stuff. It just, I don't know, man. Like, can't you put makeup on feet? Like, I don't know what was going on.
If you're a foot model.
Man, her feet were just strong in a bad way.
I mean, she was strong.
Yeah, and then she had a whole bunch of like lines in her neck. It was just, man.
You ain't right.
She was just, I think it was because all of the meanness was transferring to her skin.
She was starting to turn into Skeletor.
Oh boy. Skeletor
No, she was starting to turn into that dude on Star Trek that had the I don't know what they were called, but they had like the veiny necks, the big thick veiny necks, and they had like they were like grayish purplish looking guys on Star Trek. Star Trek Next Generation. I don't know what they were called.
But yeah, she's just bad. Alright? Just bad. And also a snitch. So, you know, she, in being a snitch, you know what I'm saying, and trying to get in on the Bird Enterprise.
And a forger.
Yep, forged his name and all that stuff.
I mean, like it won't nothing.
With
like it was
bald-headed brother.
And like look, it was just another day.
And that dude was doing a disservice to bald-headed brothers. As a bald-headed brother myself, he did a disservice. Agent Petty knew good and well he was doing wrong. He needs to be fired from the force.
And I feel like we could use him in some sort of meme because of what he did and because his name is Agent Petty.
Well, yeah, it's true. It's like, yo, man, it's kind of a slam dunk. But yeah, Helen, you know, I think she sealed her fate when she called Navarro and he was like, do what you want or do what you need to do.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that was the test of how far she was going to take that.
Or like how power hungry she was.
Because she took it far. She could have gotten Marty killed.
Yep.
And that was her intention, obviously.
Yeah, because she wanted to get them out the way.
She did.
And she wanted to run Bird Enterprises.
She did. And it's like, that is, you know, and that's totally going against what Navarro, I guess, wanted. Because you know his intention was to use Marty, you know, for what he needed.
Yeah.
Like,
you gotta launder that money, man. You can't do it without Marty.
Yeah. Like Marty proved himself invaluable, you know, when he fixed that hold on the money.
Yep. He was like, you do this, you click this, you turn that, and you deposit here, and bing, we right
here. Because Navarro didn't expect him to be able to fix that.
Nope.
Because when he turned that computer around and just stared at him, it wasn't a look of, I hope you can fix this. Yeah. It was a look of, talk your way out of this one.
The funny thing is, Marty looked at the screen and immediately said, you had him launder without me. He was like, haha.
And Navarro was pretty much, just fix it.
He was like, I got this. All right, you click here, you go over here, you click on that, touch that, and you're done. And Navarro was kind of looking stupid, and that's when he was like, you know what I want? launder only when I say it, blah blah blah. So
and he was like, can you say thank you? And it's like, good and well this man ain't gonna say thank you.
The day you get a thank you from Navarro, you better check the temperature.
If you throw water on him and he on fire, he ain't gonna say thank you.
Like that, I wouldn't hold your breath on that one.
Don't do it.
But let's pause real quick because we got one more lady before we get to our power couple. What do you think about Agent I can't remember her name now. The
pregnant lady?
Yeah, pregnant lady.
I think she is really having that struggle, with trying to do everything by the book versus not doing everything by the book but making progress, because there's no progress being made doing everything by the book.
Nope.
I understand you want to do everything right, especially given that your colleagues have done stuff so wrong.
Yep.
And it's amazing he still have a job, but whatever.
Yeah, because Petty should have been fired last season.
Man. Yeah. So she's struggling with that. I think she's angry about the fact that she's been presented several times with the opportunity to not go by the book, but to make some great progress. Yeah. She's mad about, especially when her, I guess, superior, kind of called her out on like, hey, why am I getting this information
from someone else
and being told that you had this information and refused to use it? And she's like, oh, it's not by the book. And she's like, screw the book.
She's like, look,
get something,
is information.
Yeah, get something done. And then she was, So it's going to be interesting to see if she does indeed turn and how that happens.
Yeah. Because I think she's starting to feel the kind of like that itch to just say screw it and let's just do whatever everybody else is doing.
Also, she's mad because she knows Marty is trying to turn her. She clearly knows that. And so she's struggling with that because she's mad because he's doing it. She's mad because he does have some really juicy information and she wants it, but then she doesn't want it because it's not by the book. So that's going to be interesting to continue to watch.
I guess what it'll really hinge on is and
I think a pregnancy is symbolic.
Yeah.
I think it's symbolic of a new beginning or a new start or something. Yeah. So I think when this all turns, it's going to be right around her actually giving birth to this child.
And we'll see how far she's willing to go or what information she's willing to take, because we know that the Bureau will take it, but we need her to take it so that she's got some skin in the game. And then once she takes it, then like he said, they'll have the protection, and then after that they'll be great. So power couple time, that's right. Marty and Wendy in their I guess fake, semi-fake but also semi-real paid for, completely bribed therapy sessions.
Man, that lady.
When he stayed back the first, I was like, what is he staying back for? And when he went and paid her, I was like, oh man, you foul. And then even funnier, when they paid her out after that big argument, and Shorty rolled up in a McLaren. I'm like, bruh, that is
bright yellow McLaren. It was like,
yo, it wasn't, I could see if it was like something like all black or maybe all gray. No, it had to be bright yellow. Like, she had to let everybody know, I got new money.
I got dirty money. Hey.
Check out this fresh new money that the FBI might be interested in.
It's like, you've been counseling a lot of people.
Yo, man, you counseled mad people in this joint. Somebody give you a bonus?
Maybe a bonus side.
Oh man, so seeing them in their therapy, I guess seeing Wendy completely be against him to the point where she was dreaming about killing him. And then kind of turning to like, okay, I don't know what to think of him because he got kidnapped, came back. And then to being like, okay, we're on each other's sides with the whole thing, with the Ben thing, and him kind of still consoling her, showed that, I think the season showed that they do still actually love each other. How functional or dysfunctional that love is.
Yeah.
But they do honestly love each other and they love their kids. Which is kind of what helps.
They're horrible parents, but they love
their
kids.
They're horrible parents, but it kind of helps the show maintain that excitement around them.
By them being bad parents?
Well, no, not only the parents thing, but what they do together, what they do to each other. And I really want to see a season of them on the same page and moving as a unit. Because it's not like they're not capable, but they worked against each other for a lot of the season.
I think they might now that Helen's brains have been splattered over both of them.
Ooh,
that's some pretty good motivation to work together, I would say.
Yeah, because Helen straight for sure knew she was going back to Mexico to snitch on them. It's like, here we go.
And she's like, and off we go. Okay, Helen.
Because Helen was like that kid that never got in trouble and messed around and got that whooping, boy. Because Helen was like, off we go.
I did not see that coming.
Yo, me neither. Because I even had to rewind to see how they do this. And I'm like, oh yeah, her boy slid off to the side, which meant that Navarro hit him up and was like,
he already told him before they took off.
Yeah, before he took off, he was like, bring him to me and kill Helen when you get here.
Like as soon as we get here.
Once we have her on Mexican soil.
Yeah. We're going to get the kids. We're going to get the kids in the house because we got the kids in the house.
Yep, got the kids in the house. Hit you with a chitty chitty bang bang.
Get the kids a few minutes to, get in the house good.
Yep, get in the house good. Get upstairs or something. To go to the kitchen, get something to eat. And he shot, man. Wendy still had like little fragments.
She had brain guts all in her hair.
Yo, that was crazy. But it was a good end to the season.
It's like, oh, that's the end of Helen.
It was an awesome end to this season.
Yeah.
And then for Navarro to be like, here's the new beginnings. Cause he was probably like, look. And it also makes me think of when they were talking about people being redundant. I wonder if a lot of this season, Navarro was trying to figure out whether Helen was redundant due to Wendy being there. Wendy's here and she's Marty's wife. I can get a new lawyer. But, Helen is kind of redundant now. And Helen, she out there she making audible plays that they
Yeah, I don't think it's about her being redundant because she had been with him a long time. And the thing is this.
True.
The longer someone is with you, the more loyal they seem to be. You know what I mean? And they learn their job. So they become valuable. This person really knows me. I think the only reason he killed her was because she was getting too big for her pants. True. She was getting too big for her pants. She was doing stuff behind his back. She was secretly trying to take over, stuff, where her whole thing was, she wanted to get on the casino license.
What is it, certificate or whatever?
Yes, casino license or whatever. And it's like, I think Navarro was like, she's planning something. And I'm not sitting here trying to deal with somebody planning something behind my back.
Yeah.
Or her own agenda. And, I think, and then when he found out, I'm sure he already knew about the papers she had forged to get Marty in trouble. So I think he was like, this woman is trouble. I don't have time for this. There's no room for this. She got to go. She got to go. And because Marty has proved himself so invaluable, he's like, I really don't need Helen anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Helen's run her course. Like, one, I've got Marty and Wendy. Two, they've proven they're loyal.
And I think shooting Helen in front of them will slow Wendy down, because she getting too big for her pants too.
Yeah, because Wendy called down here acting like she a partner, and so let me kill her in front of them,
and that'll calm her butt down.
That'll calm her down. I had to pull out the belt,
and that'll get their act together, so they'll start working together. Problem solved.
Yeah, word. So, all in all, a hot season, yo.
Yeah.
And Helen was, you couldn't tell Helen nothing. Off we go.
Had that smirk on her face.
And away we go. That's what she said. Mm-hmm. And she had that little smirk on her face. You couldn't tell.
Like they going on the Dumbo ride at Disney World.
You couldn't tell her nothing. Mm-hmm. Had her little blouse on. She always got some big old flowy blouse and some high pants.
She don't never have on no flowy blouses.
I mean, it looked kind of droopy to me.
There's a big difference between flowy and droopy.
Well, it's one of them. It's a lot of material.
I mean, she's a lot of woman.
Anyway, guys, holler at us. We'll holler at you down in them comments. Let's talk Ozark. Man, I really love this show.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jonah's going to do, shooting holes in the window and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Look, people got to pay for that.
He's mad because everybody's lying to him.
Yeah, that's true.
And
his uncle's dead,
and he knows his mom gave the okay for that.
So this is going to be a turning point for him, and who knows where he'll go.
Darlene.
I hope not.
Look, if Darlene get a whiff of anything he's going through.
Darlene, she getting all that young man.
She's like the Wicked Witch.
She getting all them young men.
She's like the witch from Hansel and Gretel. She just be waiting. Snap. She just be waiting for kids.
Right. Snatch your kids up, making them sell drugs.
You smell lost. Come here.
You smell lost. You want to sell drugs? Oh man!
Don't worry, they're good drugs.
So, Lisa, before you get out of here, before we both get out of here, tell everybody peace.
Peace, y'all.
Of course, much love to y'all. We'll be hanging down in the comments. We can talk about Ozark all day. And of course, from us to you, we're just saying peace.
Peace, y'all.